We are now live. What is good, Majority? It's me, Majority, out here today to do a little live update. Yes, I'm toying around with live streaming. I ain't done a vid in a hot minute, not since like Wednesday or something, but I'm here. I'm here to chop it up with y'all about what's really good with the video content creation on this channel for the year 2020 and where we've come since last time. Yo, my boy Terry309 live in the chat. What is good? Loved watching your feature film video response to the button mappers on 2 streams. Ooh, I see. You must be on the Saturday Bio Phoenix stream. Represent for the Phoenix. Yeah, yep, respectable. Much respect. Okay, so I want to update the situation. I want to discourse on what some of the ideas y'all came up with the last time. I see my boy Alex in the chat, Turbo Zone. What is up? And I want to discourse on just like how some of my projects have been going and where we can go from there. And just kind of like YouTube as I'm learning it day by day. So first things first, my computer, right now I'm using my work computer for this video project. For the video response, I use my phone. And then even for like the shelf video, I used my phone. My personal computer, I did a factory reboot on it. Thank you to Alex who suggested I do so. And it worked for a little while, but one thing you'll notice if you go and watch like the Rayman Legends Captain's Log is that the footage towards the end started getting choppy. So after I did the factory reboot, that's when I got the last bit of footage for it. So everything that I'm live streaming, that's not like aside from this on the webcam and anything on the PlayStation 4, has turned out choppy. Even when I tried to just record footage from OBS, it's somehow choppy. So I don't know if that's the computer or if that's OBS. So what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting on my new computer. I ordered it through Best Buy. It's going to be here hopefully by Monday. I was expecting it sooner, but that's the current ETA. And once I get it, the first softwares I'm getting are OBS, Shotcut, and there's one more I may be forgetting. What do you mean by that, Terry? Recording peripherals. I used to have a camera, like a camcorder, but the thing is it didn't really get audio so well, and it used to be a pain syncing up audio and video. Now, I do have the Podcaster, which was a gift from my girlfriend, and it's been working amazing. I see what you mean. Yeah, so I actually got the box back here, too. Funny you should ask or mention. This has been doing me justice as far as recording podcasts for the button mappers, but also a couple of videos on here. I enjoy doing the ukulele captain's log like that with like the desk facing back there and the mic setup. I do see what you mean, Alex, about reinstalling OBS, but the problem is the computer's not even loading right now. So, you know, the other day I tried to just set it up so I could edit our map out that should be coming out sometime in June. Crazy enough that we're that scheduled ahead. And the computer just wouldn't start. And I'm noticing a lot of like the continued slowdown, et cetera. It's been 6 years I've had that laptop. So it's about time, you know, that just, I donate it, go somewhere else, and that I upgrade it. So I'm waiting on the upgrade. So that's where I'm at as far as like technical stuff. Yet, all things considered, with even this live stream here today, this makes 3 videos this week. So I think I've been doing amazing as far as the content uploads. Hey, my boy Spencer from the Itch Network. What's up? Represent. Oh, and Sonic. We got Sonic in the chat. So, you know, I kind of mapped out, right, what my recent uploads were. And I also just looked back at the feedback from everybody in the video from last time about what they wanted to see. I want to kind of like pair them up side by side. So if you go to the comment section from Welcome Back Majority 2020 Content Ideas, posted February 22nd, 2020, some of the suggestions are table topics from the Funny Nerd, first platinum trophy, which came from Ball and Nick, 1982, and BioPhoenix. Reviews from BG Mashup. Star Fox Zero from D Schultz 3. A game documentary sort of video from Centipede. And some general suggestions from Dead Thumb Gamer and What's on My Shelf about just making good content, just be interesting, etc. And then Terry hit me up in Discord saying he wants to see Majora T Speaks return. It was either there or on Twitter. So I got a whole plethora of ideas. There's a lot of things that people suggested that I work with that they, have enjoyed from me in the past. And as far as what I've done since then, in 2 months, I've done 2 video responses. I've done 2 table topics. I've done 2 Captain's Log videos. And I did 1 shelf tour, which I guess you might call a collection video of sorts. And, I kind of followed the feedback. I kind of didn't. So I listened to Leo. Leo said do table topics. I love table topics. I was like, all right, I'll do table topics. All right, great. Did table topics. That's one of the highest viewed videos in that time period when I did, my, not my shelf, but like how to enjoy your game collection. Then I did another one recently, which was like how to build community. And people didn't care as much about that, but it was still interesting and I still got to develop my ideas. Okay, VG Mashup 1 reviews. Said I'm not doing reviews, okay? But I did do Captain's Log videos. That's like my take on the review. And I just, I've fallen flat on reviews. I don't really like them as much anymore. And that's why I didn't want to do reviews, is because I feel like it's very consumerist, right? To just say, oh, this is a great game. This is why you should buy it. This is how much it's going for on the eShop. I'm not about that, but Captain's Log is really cool because it's documenting your experience. And it's not exactly what Centipede suggested. He was go into the history of the game, document how it was made, etc., why it was made. I haven't really been doing that, but I've been documenting my time personally, with those games. Captain's Log videos, Rayman Legends is the second most viewed video in that time period, from the past 7 videos that I posted. And then you have on the flip side of the spectrum, Ukulele and the Impossible Lair, which barely got any traction, 30 views. Okay, this is a bad video from when I had 200 subscribers. So, I'm seeing Captain's Log is people don't know to look it up. Nobody in their search bar is going I want to see video game Captain's Log. It's not happening. And I get that. But I also don't want review traffic. So I'm conflicted. I'm not titling my stuff reviews, but I'm doing my own thing. So I kind of have a hope. I'm very hopeful about the Captain's Log if I do more videos of it and people will know what it is and they can come and expect it. So maybe, as far as content ideas going forward, I could take D Schultz into account and be all right, I'm going to do Star Fox Zero Captain's Log. Or, hey, maybe we're doing a video on the button mappers for a certain game, which we are, and there's one that I have in mind for a Captain's Log video. Probably come out around the same time. It'll be kind of a cool cross-marketing strategy. So there's that. We have 2 video responses, which were not necessarily requested, but kind of were birthed out of this idea of the community integration, and I really like doing them. I like even doing them now because I figured out oh, I can be cooking while I'm doing my video response and teach you about some interesting dish that I know how to make. And so it allows me to be more personable and to kind of expose you to some of my knowledge that people are not necessarily presenting in the video game community with something that's kind of a interesting niche topic, etc. I feel like a lot of stuff on YouTube is played out, especially as far as gaming goes. People are not that interested. So for me to do something that's interesting in the video, talk to you about Korean food, that, where else are you getting that from a gaming channel? You're not. So I really being, first off, kind of goofy and just cooking also, and showing you that, I'm skilled like that with the cutting knife and the cutting board, this, or the frying pan, but I don't know, it's just been fun. It's been fun doing those, and the video that I posted 3 days ago is already over 50 views, so I'm happy with that. And I think there's some longevity with the video response format, but here's where I'm getting like caught up. Like I did the shelf tour of the collection. I don't really want to talk about that, but I do want to talk about not the sound that you might have just heard right now, but I do want to talk about like looking for the types of content to create. Because here's what I kind of figured out. Yo, what's up, Bert? Good to see you, brother. I figured out that like, you know, people come to you on YouTube because you're an authority, right? I said that last time where it's like, I don't want to just make content. I want to make powerful content that I can go back and look at and be like, yeah, that was a good video. I enjoyed watching that, or I enjoyed making that. I hope people enjoy watching that. So like, I want that content that's like repeat play. Like, it's like you go back and you're like, yeah, that one, that's a classic. That's a classic video right there. You know, and I think Captain's Log has that potential to be like that type of video where it's like people can go back and rewatch it and be like, yeah, that was a good time. I love the part where it's like, you know, he talked about Sonic, because I don't know, something like that. I think the video response format's interesting, maybe because people want to see how to cook stuff. I actually taught myself how to make another Korean dish, which is, it's called jjigae. It's like 2 J's, I-G-A-E. It's like kind of a kimchi soup style dish with like roast pork. I actually watched the video several times and taught myself to make it that way. So like, I'm kind of hoping that people can do the same while also listening to some cool stuff about gaming while they do it. So like, that's where my head is at with that. But I'm concerned because the Captain's Log, right? Like where I did Ukulele and the Impossible Lair, nobody cared about it. You know, like maybe a couple people, barely anyone watched it. And to me, it's a little crazy because like I'm trying to figure out like, okay, 7 years on YouTube, right? What is my authority on video games? Yeah, I'm a gamer. Yeah, I play games. Yeah, I'm good. Like I play platformers. I guess if you look at my recent, you know, Captain's Log games, they're platformers. Okay. All right, so I did Star Fox, right? I did Star Fox 1, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Assault, and you know that's very well branded, I think. Like that, I got narrative analyses on them. What if I become the Star Fox expert? You know, and like I can kind of ease my way back in with the Captain's Log. The thing is, it's going to take time and a concept, and I think I have the concept in mind. And it's really about exhausting your knowledge, your expertise, and also your passion for certain games. So for instance, for like Star Fox, what I'm hoping is that when I get the computer, I can do the live streaming or at least the Let's Plays, etc., get them for all the Star Fox content that I need, and then just push out a whole bunch of Star Fox content. Why? Not just for the sake of making videos, but because I know I love Star Fox. You know, I know that's a great series to me. And I'm hoping that down the road, I kind of find what that area of expertise is for me. And like, what are those games that I really care about and that people are going to come to me for? It certainly isn't Yokai Watch, but you know, like, I mean, there's stuff that I can play with. I personally, you know, I've tried, I almost became like the Dragon Quest channel. So like, I don't know. I don't think I ever really had it in me to do that. I've never like completed all of the Dragon Quest games or anything. But, you know, I think it's helped me to see like that I have potential to be an expert in some area. You know, take my top video. It has 50,000 views. Why? I'm kind of understanding now. Meet my new blue 2DS. And I get this, right? Because I said like reviews. People do not care about game reviews anymore. It's unless it's a modern game, on like an indie game on the eShop that you can go and buy and people just want to know because it went on sale. Like that's like a guaranteed way of success with like game reviews, and it's not something I'm willing to like shill myself out for. Definitely not columns, but or columns 2 as it's known here in the West. No, I'm joking. But I don't want to succumb to just what people are going to look up as far as reviews on the eShop. That's why I'm not even using the term review. But my new blue 2DS, that came out at the time of the new 2DS, and people want to know about hardware. Okay, and here's why people want to hear about hardware and they don't want to hear about games. People want to hear about hardware because it's something you're not spoiling for yourself. I feel like anytime that I look up content or images or anything for a game on YouTube, it gets spoiled for me. And I do not like that. I do not like sacrificing my possible enjoyment for a game because I watched some footage of it on YouTube or I saw some thumbnail for it. But if I talk about the wireless Sega Genesis controller, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that has potential. It came out from Castlevania Games. It's something people want to know how to use. Like, okay, you know, you put your little thumb drive in that Switch or the Sega Genesis Mini, and it's the same for both. And then you can start, you need to plug in the wire, and this is how it works. It worked really great with Stormwind, but not with Animal Crossing. Like, that's, I think, maybe another video type that I have is hardware reviews. So maybe not game reviews, but maybe hardware reviews. So that's kind of where my head is at as far as like content I've done and content going forward. So now I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. Let's start with the live stream. So we got a whole conversation going on here between Terry, Spencer, and Alex and Sonic. But Terry asked a good question. How do y'all balance your channels with the button mappers? Okay, here's what I love about doing the button mappers is we're scheduled. We're scheduled for May. And then we have a video coming out in June just about, I just need to do the editing. I'm hoping the computer comes Monday so I could just get it out, right? I'm a fast editor, and then we also split it up pretty evenly, me, Alex, Spencer. Spencer's been taking a heavy load lately, doing like novel projects with it, so I really appreciate him. I really like doing what I do there because it gives me like the flexibility to do what I need here. It doesn't feel like a burden because we already have ideas for all of May and June, and May is done. You know, at this point, May, all we got to do is just do like a discourse video on all the community topics. I got notes, you know, I got notes on what you guys are saying. I love the community thread. It's been so much fun doing that and seeing that like idea grow into something. I'm hoping it keeps growing and people can see that as a tangible replacement for the video response tab. I don't know. That's how like I feel that we balance it. And for me, it's helped me consider how to schedule my own content. I got like 6 videos done in April. Crazy. That's insane. Because at the previous rate I was doing 1 video a month. But somehow like being on quarantine helped me like fuel my passion to like just to do videos again. And I'm having fun with it. I need to figure out what that direction is for myself. Kind of the purpose of today's video is to like come up with a consensus about what is that direction. Okay, Alex doesn't. Good to know. Just do the part 9. Okay. Hey, yo, what's up, Burf? I said that. It's like that with reviews all the time. It all depends on the game you're reviewing. I know, right? Like, it's so hard to predict. And I don't want to be like another voice on a game that people know about on YouTube. To do something like Star Fox 64 review is pointless. There's no point in doing that. Unless I was like an N64 game reviewer, which I thought about doing at one point, just being like, you know, dedicated to a console and being like that console game reviewer or something. So, I mean, it's not too late. Like, I could do that, but I don't know. Is a crapshoot with reviews, hard to tell what will be popular. I think while I agree with that, like, one thing I appreciate about you, Burf, is like, you know, I can go to your channel and know I'm getting Castlevania reviews and I'm getting RPG reviews. You know, I'm the occasional spaceship shooter. So I think like while there's still experimentation involved, if you establish that identity for yourself, you know, you can do it to good success. And if you can keep pitching to people like, hey, you come to me for the, you know, JRPG reviews, then you have them. You have them ready to click on a video. I think that's half the battle. When you know what people are going to check out from you, like versus what they won't, like that's how you can decide what projects you need to put your time into and which ones you shouldn't. And I don't have the answer for myself. I don't really know. Like once I can get it to that threshold of at least like half my views are like half my subscriber count, like that's when I feel like I'm succeeding. I'm currently not. I have not figured it out. Is it worth it? I don't know, Alex. You tell me. So I am an expert in columns. I beat Alex the other day, but we weren't live streaming it because we couldn't. We had to share play it. You can't live stream a share play, funnily enough, modern gaming. Terry, that is such a picking point for me when reviewers spoil a story or anything, man. My pet peeve is like when people put in the thumbnail the final boss of a video game, and I don't know anything about this video game. I hate it. I think they did that for like Super Metroid or something. I got so pissed. No. It was the 3DS Metroid, Samus Returns, I think. They did that, and I was so pissed because I put in like a good 15, 20 hours or something, and there you go. Now I saw the final boss. Great. Wanted to do more hardware reviews, but they take a lot of work. Really? That's interesting. I loved your, like, one of my early videos I saw from you was the Game Boy Player review. Like, I appreciated having a second perspective on it. My thing too is like, I fall into the trap of wanting to review things early. So like, I did that with the At Games Sega Genesis console. And then later I found that it was being a little laggy with some cartridge games. So I put the video on unlisted because I didn't, even though I had a bunch of views, I didn't want to spread misinformation about it. So like, I didn't want to seem all happy about it. So there's that. I know how you feel about reviews. I did want to try something different, but it didn't work out. Yeah, man. I just don't want to be in a trap, right? I don't want to be in that cycle of review. What the hell am I reviewing? Am I going to be the Switch eShop reviewer? No, that's not happening. Hey, my boy Derek, the completionist. I'm chilling. You already know. Chillest of the chill. I got it in my quotes, 2019. Berth, I think it's still okay if you are very knowledgeable about the game series / genre. Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important to just establish that expertise. I think like another trap that's easy to fall into as the reviewer is like first time playing a game review. At what point are you actually reviewing it or an expert on the series? What makes you credible? Why should people trust your opinion on it? If it's my first time playing, like, I don't know. I hate to say it, but Castlevania 64, right? Well, at that time when I did that video back like 5 years ago, I had played and finished the original Castlevania. But, like, why should I be an authority on the Castlevania series at that time when that was the only one that I had, or the second one I had played and finished? I feel like doing something different every now and again keeps things fresh. Yeah, man. I think to be exciting is an important thing. It's not to feel too stale. Like even if it's just minor changes, like even something like swapping out an intro or something, I feel like there's ways to keep it fresh and something that people look forward to going to and seeing. That's so important. But at the same time, like I do want to be reliable. Like I don't want to just completely change gears and become a cooking channel. I guess I could do that as a second thing, but like I'm still a gamer. I still talk about games. I still love discussion. I still love the community and like the discussions between us. So that's where I stand. Even if I didn't get a ton of views, there were still games I wanted to talk about, such as Gran Turismo. That's the thing, though. It's like, even though I want to talk about Yooka-Laylee and Impossible Lair, is the video format the best way to go about it? Because the evidence suggests it's not. Because I'm not starting conversation out of it. I could like run your ear to the ground with content about Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. And does it mean anyone cares? They'll probably think it's sick, like they get sick of me talking about it. So like that's my concern. Is that like it would be too forced. Versus I'd rather talk about Star Fox because it's disappeared and I think it needs to stay relevant. I've been thinking about doing this with F-Zero too once I kind of move on from Star Fox. I don't want to just change gears totally just yet. But I do have F-Zero on the back burner. So I mean, like, I get it, man. Like, maybe there is a crowd that you can kind of pull into if you keep doing like Gran Turismo content, you know how to frame it. So I don't know. Reviews you stick with because it's what you know. But like Terry, I think the thing that you did really good with your video response was like you made it your own. Like, okay, maybe you kind of dodged the question a little bit about like retro versus modern, but like you took it and made it into a concept that is very Terry. It's like, why modern gaming sucks. Why it's not like good, why the industry is bad. These are all things like I know I can go to Terry for and like get a good perspective on. So like I really appreciated your video and I thought it suited you well too. It was a great start to the video response thread. The completionist, unfortunately, I've never ever cared about spoilers. To me personally, it doesn't bother me if things get spoiled for me, but I try not to spoil things for other people. That's all we can ask for, is that I mean, as long as it's listed or labeled or said previous to a video, look, you're going to get spoilers. Like that's, I think, the time to do it. But to do it in a thumbnail is such a tacky thing. I don't know. Thankfully, I'm so far behind the times. Usually, I'm the last one to experience anything in the realm of media. Respect, respect. Got to take the time to recline and reflect, and also understand what's out there. It's not worth like. That's why I'm hesitant to make videos in the moment about new stuff. Maybe it might get some views, but if I'm wrong, I'm about to get slammed for it. So, speaking of intros, BioPhoenix gave me a funny idea for an intro to the button mappers. I thought it would be cool to see a tag team trio entrance of you, Alex, and Spencer in a WWE game. That's great, man. Spencer actually edited the new intro together, so you will be seeing that not in the Monday video or the one after that, but hopefully for the last video in May, there will be the upgraded version of the intro. Don't expect too much to be different, though. That response video is way too long. Well, you know, considering I asked for 2 minutes on the first one, no, I'm just messing, though. Alex didn't say anything, so it's fine. And then, like, Leo and Bruno came in and did, like, their 15-minute responses. So I actually have ideas about how we can outfit it into the discourse video at the end of the month. So nothing to worry about, man. If anything, I think it was great because it gave us more content to talk about. So I respected it. I appreciated it. It was a good time. That is the live stream chat. Those were my thoughts on just the current content, what you guys had said the last time, and just going where I'm going from here. Do you guys have any questions or topics for me? Do you have anything that you want to see? Alex is at work. He's doing great. He's a hard worker. Respect and appreciate him. It's my longtime friend, you know, Alex from the Turbo Zone. So here's the story about how Alex and I met. We used to watch Classic Game Room, and Mark, the founder, I guess, the person who was like the main head behind the channel, had a website called classicgameroom.com or .net or something. And you used to be able to post your own reviews and hyperlink your video reviews for games he had not yet reviewed. I thought it was the coolest concept, especially as far as community and giving like small timers like us a chance to really just get a chance to branch out and expose us to other people. So I saw his video on a Wii game. I think it was Pandora's Tower. And I just loved his discoursing style, and it was very conversational. And I felt like he was a down-to-earth guy. Yep, that's him. That's Alex. So I gave him a toast on the website. I checked out his channel, subscribed, left a bunch of comments. He came back, saw me in the Dragon Quest Swords review, and then we just started working on doing collab videos from there. We did a lot of like just 20, 30-minute like videos talking about games like Donkey Kong Country or Metroid Prime. And it was so great to find Alex in the community, you know. Jason, found you too there. I don't remember which video it was, but I had seen, gosh, maybe it was your Galaxy Force 2 video. It was probably one of the first ones that I saw. I think it was the 3DS one. I'm not sure. And I loved that you were talking about like the 3DS and also like Sega games on the console, ones I wasn't aware of. Yeah, good times, man. I missed that site. Alex says he won a contest with his Kirby Epic Yarn review on the CGR site. That's awesome. Was it a video review or a text review? What was it? Terry knew Boston Burf before all of us. Which video did you see first of Burf's? I bet it was Valkyrie Profile 2. That's my guess. The forums seemed like they were running on late 90s internet speed, though. You know, you ain't wrong. It was, and the site had some stuff that needed to be done, but I would have pitched to keep that site up. We lost a good forum community there. A lot of good people. I love like there were so many like different means of community integration. There was a site, like a tab that had like, you know, the most 5 recent reviews on video games that were text-based. And then I think it also spotlighted video reviews. And then like it gave you a chance to toast or like one-up videos or text-based comments. You could submit full written reviews. There was like a discussion thread, and like they were broken up by console category, but also like general discussion, Q&A, site feedback. It was a good site, and it never felt toxic like some of these sites might, like IGN or like I don't want to throw shade to these sites, but like, you know them when you go there that you're not included. Like if you don't know what you're talking about, people are gonna hammer you, you know. And I wouldn't want to go to a site like that. That's like the Reddit, you know. Alex, what was your package? What'd you win? Terry, you forget what the first video you saw was. It wasn't Valkyrie Profile 2. Okay. Well, I don't remember for you, so if you remember, let us know in the comments later. Reddit is pretty bad. I don't even know how to use it. I don't know what I'm doing when I go on Reddit. I understand it's one of the best ways to promote your videos, though, is to put them in a Reddit thread. So I'm just hoping, like, I think other people sometimes hyperlink your videos on Reddit. So I was thinking maybe other people might post some of my videos on Reddit. I've noticed that in the analytics before, that sometimes people are posting them there. The 5 most recent reviews section was great until a new member would spam like 50 reviews in a day. Yeah, that's a good point. I did used to drop like a few at a time, I remember, because I used to try and do as many as I could for like the games that I owned. So I might be guilty of that. I don't know. I only use Reddit to dump my content. Okay. Well, maybe someone else will figure it out for me. Plants vs. Zombie shirt and PC game and a signed card from Mark, which I still have. Awesome. Most of the stuff I got from Mark was stuff I bought because of his Kickstarter project, like the Classic Game Room. The first comic book he was trying to push for, I was on board. When he did the Best Classic Game Room DVD, I was on board. And everything after that, I was like, you're doing too much, man. I understood what he was trying to do, but I think he dragged it a little bit and it became too forced. And it just wasn't healthy for anyone. It wasn't healthy for him. It wasn't healthy for his subscribers. It totally dominated the conversation of his YouTube content. And I get it. It's hard to make a career out of YouTube, especially when you have a warehouse of content. But the format was a little toxic, I guess you could say. So I got annoyed by it. And it kind of hurt, like, as someone who like put a lot of stock into Classic Game Room, not like monetary stock, but just personal stock. Like that channel inspired me to well, and the website especially inspired me to come and start making these types of videos. To, gosh, I was using a camcorder. I was using a $30 camcorder to record stuff on a 3DS screen. It was crazy. Reddit is one of those places where if you don't share popular opinions, everyone hates you. Good to know. Good to know. It's been a journey. It's been a journey trying to figure out what to do with my YouTube channel. I think the crazy thing is when I started, I didn't really I didn't take stock in it. Like, I didn't care so much about like becoming a certain type of channel. Alex, that's not true. It's just Spencer. But I think I've grown in a way where I can consider like the best ways to like be able to make content that is appealing and inviting. That's what I want. Is I want to feel inviting when you come to this channel. You know, or even the button mappers. I want you to feel invited and like your voice is heard. I do not want to be another Redditor on YouTube. You know, that's sickening. It's unhealthy. It's not what our platform needs. We need the best. We need the best in our creators. We need the best for this gaming community. So that's what it is. Terry, I don't hate you either, man. I don't know what you guys are saying. So less. Oh, Terry, you're gonna have my back on Reddit? Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. That's good. You guys like my office chair? We pitched in together because of all the work from home. And it's a pretty good deal, you know? So tell me, what do you want to see first? Do you want to see the Sega Genesis wireless controller review, or do you want to see the GameCube adapter review? Aw, Terry! You're so sweet! You're so sweet, man! You made my heart purse! Oh, man. I should get some Star Wars for you. How about that? Is that equal trade? Okay. I don't know what else to talk about. If you guys don't give me topics, I don't know what to say. I'm just chilling now. Me and the boys. Do a little toast. How about that? Virtual toast. Cheers, everybody from home. Cheers if you're watching this live. Cheers if you're watching this after the fact. Cheers to you. All right, Burf. Genesis controller, it is. Thank you for letting me know. It's got some good compatibility. You get this one, you can use it with the PC, PS3, Switch, Genesis Mini, the original Genesis. I think those are the 5. So I will only be able, maybe I'll do it in parts. So I'll do part 1 about like the Switch and the Mini. And then I'll do a part 2 about the Genesis and the PC. Or maybe I'll do 4 parts. No, I'm not doing that. Terry, you had a hard time coming up with ideas? Well, you mentioned Jim Sterling, like I was thinking like maybe you could do content that's like, I don't want to say like ranting, like that's the norm. I don't know if you should like go all alpha omega sin on it, but like, maybe just things that bother you can bring up as conversational topics. It's not stuff you have to get like, pissy about, because I didn't see your video as very pissy, just the title. I thought you had a very well articulated response on the issues of modern gaming. So maybe you could go into like topical style videos on the subject and have Warcraft playing in the background. I don't know. That's where I stand. What do you guys recommend for Terry? You had notes, so I can't fault you. Even though it was rambly, you had a direction. I think my concern was that it was primarily about consoles. It's not the only thing you talked about, but it was a huge conversation topic. So, I know you went to DRM, so like that wasn't entirely console driven, but yeah. I mean, it's just something to consider for the future. I don't think it hurts the quality of your original video. So, that's where I would stand on that. But maybe you could also keep doing the spotlights for games that you love, like, because you did that well with like F-Zero GX, and you did that well with. I think you did a video on Valkyrie Profile, right? I don't remember. I should go back and check. Alex is going to become a Spectrobes channel. He's going to tell you all about the origins of Spectrobes in his next documentary film, Spectrobes Origins. Okay, yeah, so that's why I'm hesitant. It's because I want to watch it, but I want to play it. So, like, I want to play it first. Welcome back to the Turbo Zone, where we talk to you about Spectrobes. Oh, man. He's going to do the Columns trilogy. What was Spectrobes made by, again? I think it's Electrons. Disney, okay. Oh, GameStop. Back in the day at GameStop. Gosh. You guys ever order anything from the GameStop website? What a joke. You can order stuff and like just bring it back to the store. It doesn't matter which store, and they have to refund you. But man, I tried ordering like retro games, and it's like coming like disc only. Oh, back when the rugs didn't smell. See, Alex knows. Back in the day, GameStop. Back in the day. It takes more than bravery to order online from GameStop. It takes a little bit of ignorance as well. It's like ordering games on Amazon. I don't know. I don't like ordering games on Amazon that are old. New games, okay. But do you guys have any Amazon purchase recommendations? I have a gift card for it. Also, do you guys like the live stream format for today's update video? Ranting usually gets you into trouble. I mean, is it really that bad though? Like, I mean, maybe people get pissy at you, but like, you know, it's your voice. They didn't have to click on the video. They have cheap Genesis games. See, cartridges are another thing. I wouldn't mind ordering cartridges from GameStop. Ooh, here's an item plug I saw online. This is not something I was aware of, but they have a cartridge cleaner for your N64. It's like kind of a new item. You just put it in a couple times and it cleans your console out. I was thinking of ordering one, so that could be a future hardware review. But I just want to give you guys a heads up because it doesn't look like there's a lot of them online. Console exclusives rant video. I know you got like Hammer for The Witcher 3. I thought that was kind of dumb. I think it's like your title in or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Why don't you do Star Ocean videos? Cruising in the USA. You guys come here for the singing, right? For the karaoke? Carrie, are you okay? The button mappers. You heard there was Korean food. Well, if you came earlier, you would have heard me talk about jjigae, kimchi jjigae, D-Schultz. What's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. I didn't make anything today, but that's a thought. Live streaming in the kitchen. I don't know. Maybe could do the whole process. Respond to stuff. Talk about games. Good old times. What's up, man? What's up? I'll be chilling. I just went over content ideas for the future and just reflected on the content that's been put out so far. Can I make something? Make you a PB&J? What do you want me to do? Airmail it? Tell you what, I'll make it to you. I'll send you a picture. But I can't do it from my shelf. Maybe next time. There's a content idea. Teddy makes Alex a PB&J as soon as he makes his Cooking Mama video. Ooh, do you guys want a spoiler for the next Captain Flag video? I have video footage on my phone. There's probably like 1,000 PS2 games that don't have any reviews. Ooh, there's an idea for Terry. Get a motivator, get the backlog finished. Yeah. That's something I wrestled with though, was like, you know, playing games to like, as the motivation was like to make a video on it, I've tried to remove that like aspect from my head when playing a game and rather just play the game to kind of just rekindle my old love of video games. As much as I love YouTube, I cannot forget that I am a gamer at heart. You know, I think that's when I start to sacrifice some of my sincerity in video making. If I'm making content about games for the sake of making video content, rather than to express my love of the game and games. It's hard. It's probably hard being a game reviewer and stuff too, because like you kind of have to do that, and it's kind of expected that you detach yourself emotionally from games. I don't know if I could ever do that. That's hard. Surgery on the old systems. Try it from my YouTube page. What kind of surgery? I tried modding my Wii U and it's not looking so good, so I may have to do a reboot on the thing. It still works and all, but like, nah, man. I do really want to do a GameCube hardware modification to give it LEDs in the controller ports. So that was a thought. I had done a video for my N64 where I like chopped out like the little blocks that prevented it from playing import games, but they're locked somewhere on an old computer. So that isn't happening anytime soon. Simple Series game reviews. Bio already does that. Yeah, man. Tell him I say what's up in this chat. Be there soon. Found your wife's old NES wrapped in her old high school jacket. Mm. Good find. Red Flash of Death. I've never owned a NES. Oldest system I own, I think, is still the Sega Genesis. I don't mind though. That's fine. That's as old as I'm willing to go back. I don't even have a CRT in the apartment, so take it apart. I got a GameCube that's dead. I haven't had the heart to throw it out, but the new one's working great. Terry, do you want me to answer this here? Do you want me to do it on the button mappers? Because you asked me that for the next game talk. Terry, if you really want the answer, though, I'll tell you. Like, I'm ready to talk about it. You boiled the 72-pin connector. Oh, my gosh. It's amazing. Okay, it's something that you said in your video. Who has space for all these consoles, man? I just don't, and I got to prioritize. Currently, the AV connector and I believe the electric cord are sitting on the floor next to my bed. Okay? I do not have any interest in hoarding. You know, and while I'm willing to have a shelf that's only full of games, I don't want it to be for the sake of like just having all these games. Now, it's not to say I don't care about PS2 games. Like, I really, really do want to play even the Castlevania games, Valkyrie Profile, Persona 3. But PS2 is like the loser of the console generations. You know, I mean, yeah, it has the most games, but like, don't like that controller. What else? Well, I don't like the controller. It doesn't have like certain games that I just absolutely need in my collection. There's no great way that I know of to upscale it to HDMI. And if there is, I don't want more cables lying around. I prefer the GameCube library, the GameCube controller. And if I'm going to have an old console, it's going to be that one. I don't even like my Wii U right now, man. That thing just sits around, but at least I got like a good place for it. I'd rather have that hooked up to the 45-inch TV than the PS2. So if I was to pick a console to get rid of, it would easily be PS2. I don't even have space for like another PS3. Like if I have like 4 good spaces in my under the TV shelf. It's like PS4, Switch, Wii U, and maybe the GameCube if I can fit it next to the Switch. I have a GameCube in my bedroom right now, and then I keep the mini consoles tucked away as well. And then I don't even know what to do with my 64 right now. Like, I don't know where to play it. It's all HD TVs in the house. Easy on the Wii U. If you love it so much, what games are you recommending I play? Because I'm looking on like Amazon and stuff, and I do not have much interest in a lot of those games. The only one that I'm taking serious is your recommendation for Star Fox Zero to at least do a video on it and play it. I do owe it to myself to experience that. So future Captain's Log, possibly. I just don't know when. It's when I have the motivation to hook the console up and to play it again. PCSX2. If it's an emulator, you know, I've dabbled in the emulation, but I'm getting a new computer and it's not to emulate games. You know, I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about like running a computer to the ground, especially with ROMs, with data. It's gotta be for videos, first and foremost. Component cables are affordable, not as good, but they still look nice. It's something to consider. I don't know. I'll probably just as soon play it on a CRT. You love Xenoblade X? Okay. Okay, I'll consider that. What should I play first, though? That or Chronicles? Because, like, Chronicles coming out this year. What's in my new laptop? The processor is i5. The storage space is 256 gigabytes. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. I'm not sure about the other stuff, but I'm hoping it just gets the job done for OBS and for my video editing software, whatever I choose to use. We try and go more for the emulation route and also hack consoles. It's not a bad idea. Like the only one I've had success with is my SNES Mini, and that one went over really well. Couldn't do it for the Genesis Mini. Couldn't do it for the Wii U. So there's something that I'm having some disconnect when it comes to a lot of these tutorials online. And I just don't know what the next steps are, like installing ROMs and stuff. So I'm taking it easy on that for a little bit. 3D World, yeah, that's a consideration. Got the Wii. Now you're trying to do the DSi. DS, I consider. I saw you could do it easy for the 3DS as well. I forget what it's called, the Homebrew channel, to get the Homebrew channel up on there. You have an i5, so my processor is good as yours. I have an i5 in my previous computer too, but it was only 6 gigs of RAM, so I think that might have been causing us some issues. You got Chronicles pre-ordered? Okay. Yeah, I consider it then. It's up for consideration. What do I want to talk about? Well, let's see. You guys didn't tell me if you wanted the spoiler or not, so I guess I won't spoil my next Captain's Log, but it's going to be like a month away. I got Captain's Logs in mind. I got table topics in mind, something about soundtracks, maybe underrated video game soundtracks. Yeah. Deadly Premonition. I bought the Visara collection for 99 cents. Spaceship Shooters. It's fun. Infinite credits. I just don't feel the need to emulate a lot. Like I really do enjoy the games that I have. That's a good question, D. Schultz. You know, I'm in New York. I'm in the heart of the coronavirus here, so I've just been keeping it indoors here, man. People are stupid. People just like do not wear the facial gear. They do not abide by social distancing. So I can't go to the corner store that's around the block without people crowding around me. It's not like say the store is crowded, but people are just dumb. Like they want the coronavirus. I don't know. You're already pretty much off work. What do you need to get sick for? So that's not fun. But it's been great for the channel. I've got a lot of videos done. How's it been for you, man? If consoles are becoming a problem, well, yeah, I get it, but like I want to have a good console collection. I'm happy to have a good PS4 collection. I'm happy to have a good GameCube collection. I'm happy to have a good 64 collection. Those are collections I really care about. The Switch, you know, not so much. But I have thought about maybe a gaming laptop. That's possible. We'll see how much I really care about that in the future, and if it like works well enough. I may download some service on the new computer. I don't know yet. Our stores are not bare. We have plenty of products of everything. New York is stocked. You know, my guy Cuomo has got us like he's got us covered. So that's a good thing. We're definitely buying in bulk. You know, like making sure that we have enough to go around. Just some of the issues is ordering food online. Like we did that with some like Asian food. It took like 3 weeks to get here to get our big thing of kimchi. So like, you know, like anyway, at that point we didn't even order enough, and that was like before this became like really like what it is now. Yeah, yeah. So we're staying fed. You know, we're staying supplied. Only thing that's hard to get is like Clorox wipes. We can't find those. We have hand sanitizer and stuff, but we're washing our hands anyway. Don't know much about laptops for gaming. I know the Ryzen is supposed to be pretty good, and definitely looking into the graphics cards, what's important. So I kind of know like what I should be looking at, but again, it's not urgent. So it'll be a long time before I even consider gaming on a laptop. you know, we're happy with the Switch and with PS4 and my GameCube and my Mini. I've been enjoying using that wireless controller. So we're coming up at that hour mark. I figured maybe just give you all the last 5 minutes, just talk about whatever you want. Let's hear it. Already kind of went off on some tangents. I don't mind though. Maybe a collection video. Do you guys want to see like what's up with my shelf? Just like what games I got. Let me talk about them, why I got them. That's easy content, but I'm really trying to keep it like keep hammering at like 2 or 3 videos a week or something, you know? This is prime time to be a content creator. And also this live stream, you guys gotta let me know. Do you enjoy me doing this live? I know it becomes a bit more rambly or whatever, but 7800 controller, nice. I always end up using the Sega controller in my Atari. That's when I have it hooked up. There's my take back. That's my oldest console, my 2600. Thanks, Alex. Oh, that's cool. NES looking Atari controllers. Very nice, very nice. PC Atari collection. I had the PS4 one, but when I was kind of downsizing, I got rid of it. Kind of regret it. I might get that back at some point. If it is cheap enough. So until that computer comes in, I guess I'll just be using my phone mostly for the videos. I nearly maxed out my work computer storage space because I did a montage for work. It turned out really good, but got like only a few gigs left, so won't be using the work computer for editing. I'm just antsy because they said it was going to be here by like Thursday, and then it just didn't show up Thursday, and still like now it says like going to be shipped Monday. Why did they tell me I was going to get my laptop sooner? So, do I have EverDrives? I do not. Do not. I don't know that I want one either. I'm like very content with the number of games that I have, you know? So I don't feel like I need an EverDrive or anything that holds like thousands of games because I don't really need them. Did not get rid of Curse of Darkness. No, you told me to keep it, so I kept it. It's not like I really wanted to get rid of it anyway. I was just trying to pick like PS2 games to get off the shelf so they would fit here. Yeah. But I have tried it a few times and I've struggled. Until I find that right way to play PS2, I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. Question is, what am I making for dinner tonight? Doing a PS2 video to try out the games. Again, I just don't know. It's going to look horrible on the TV in the living room, so that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me see here. Last comment, and then I'm going to kind of wrap it up. The Schultz 3 that could help you review games that are extremely expensive. The EverDrive. It's a thought, man. I do have a focus on games that I want to talk about, so I'm not too worried about it. You know, I have a direction for my channel, and I think that's all I really needed was just somewhere to go about it. Even if I was to go into that topic about like expensive games that I would do as a review, I would consider purchasing them and then selling them again because the value will still hold. So like that's not a big concern for me. But anyways, guys, 59 minutes and counting of up. Dayton, going on a date with Majora T. Lucky, y'all. I respect y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for popping out. Thanks for checking it live. Thanks for checking it during the fact or after the fact. You know what I mean. Good to see you. See you next time. Take care.